Hi friends, welcome to my kitchen. So excited to have you guys here with me tonight as we make a delicious new recipe. I'm excited about this recipe. I've had this one sitting in my Pinterest now for quite a while, and so I'm excited to finally get a chance to make this tonight. I've been trying to avoid turning on my oven until our weather kind of cooled down a little bit because it's been still kind of hot here for the beginning of fall, but I'm excited that our weather's kind of chilled down a little bit so we can enjoy a nice warm dinner out of the oven and not have it be a big deal. So we're gonna make this and we're gonna bake it together, and then later I will come back and show you guys what it looks like because it's gonna have to bake for about 35 minutes. So as you guys come in, say hi, let me know you guys are here. We are gonna make a Southwest lasagna roll, and so I'm super excited to try this. I went ahead and got my lasagna noodles cooking ahead of time. They're finishing up here in the pot. Got some chicken back here cooking, and that is getting ready for me to shred it. I need to chop up some vegetables and shred some cheese. Need to make our sauce in the blender over here. So it's really an easy recipe. It's not super hard, but I love that I can make this. I can cook it, and then if I want to save part of it, I can freeze some of this and put it in the freezer for later for a nice, easy, quick dinner. So that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing, is just making the whole recipe and then freezing part of it and then putting it in the, and be able to, have it later on. So, yeah, so we're going to make this delicious Southwest lasagna rolls. I used to make lasagna rolls when I was at the sorority house. The girls loved lasagna rolls. And so I loved having a chance to do something different. So, yeah, so as you guys come in, say hi. Let me know you guys are here. While we're getting our lasagna noodles cooked, we're going to go ahead and chop up some veggies. I'm excited to use my new chopper. This is from Full Star Company. These are our ovens hot. This is an incredible chopper. I love using this thing. I've used it several times over the last week or so, and I absolutely love it. It just does such an incredible job chopping up everything that I want to chop up. So the recipe calls for bell peppers. One of the reviews that I read on it, she said that she loved it with just 2 different colored bell peppers instead of using all one. So I just have a green and a red bell pepper, and I'm going to chop these up in my chopper. And this is going to get added to our bowl with all of our ingredients that are going to go in the filling of our lasagna rolls. If you're just joining us, say hi. Hello. So I've got my lasagna noodles over here cooking in the pan. My chicken's back there getting cooked up. We're going to shred that in just a couple of minutes. But I'm going to get my peppers diced up first. So we're going to get these in our chopper. If you guys have not seen one of these things are absolutely incredible. I absolutely love them. They do such a fantastic job with anything. If you want to get things diced up, these do a really great job. Hi, Abby. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get my veggies. So we are cooking a Southwest lasagna roll. So I've got lasagna noodles over here cooking. I've got chicken back here getting ready for me to shred it. We're going to shred up some cheese, chop some peppers, make some filling, and then we're going to get this stuff in the oven, and it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to eat this. So I'm going to get my peppers done first. Like I said, if you've never seen one of these choppers, these things are fantastic. I absolutely love it. So you can see I put my pepper in there. I'm doing this on my stove, so it's probably going to be a little bit harder. Let me put this on a flat surface. Doing this on my that was a hard pepper. There we go. Okay, I just had to get it on a hard surface. What's your favorite? Okay, we should be able to do the rest of these now, I think. I think I am gonna have to put this on a hard surface. Trying to do this on a cutting board on my stove's not working. These are really fresh peppers too. So bear with me for 1 second while I get these peppers chopped. we got our peppers all chopped up. You can see how incredible that chopper chops these. Super, super easy. So I'm going to get all of my ingredients for my filling in my bowl. So we need 1 packet of taco seasoning. We're just using the Old El Paso. Thank you. I love my gadgets too. I think I need some scissors. So let me know when you guys are here. If you get in here, let me know that you guys are here. Say hi. I'm going to turn my chicken off. I think my lasagna noodles are just about done. I'm doing my lasagna noodles to al dente. I don't want them to be overcooked, so I'm going to just cook them to al dente. That way I can finish cooking them in the oven when I bake it. I am making a Southwest lasagna roll. So we're going to do chicken and cheese and peppers. It's going to be super delicious. I have some black beans. So I rinsed and drained our black beans. We need 2 cloves of garlic. I am a big fan of fresh garlic. Wherever I can put it in something, I love doing fresh garlic. I think our lasagna noodles are just about done. This is a hard... All right, so there's our garlic. Now we need to do a bunch of cheese. And I'm just gonna grate this directly in my bowl. I'm trying to eliminate as many dishes as I possibly can. It says we need about 2 cups, so the recipe calls for a Mexican cheese. I love shredding my own cheese. I think it melts a whole lot better. So I am going to shred my own. Just gonna use a mixture of cheddar and pepper jack together. And I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. Let me know where you guys are from. I love getting to see where all of my people that come to my channel are from. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of our YouTube family. I love cooking things from scratch, doing all things homemaking and that kind of stuff. So South Texas, oh, that's awesome. How's the weather in Texas right now? It has an anti-caking agent in it, and that's part of the reason why I don't do pre-shredded cheese. So we're gonna do about a cup of cheese in our, oh, it's hot. What's the temps right now? We're gonna do about a cup of cheese in this bowl with our filling. And I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my lasagna noodles out and just put them right here on my cutting board, because I don't want them overcooked. And we can just set them out here on the cutting board and they'll be fine until we're ready to make our lasagna. You want to be really careful pulling them out so they don't break. And I think our chicken is about ready to be shredded up. 90 degrees, oh my gosh, that's awful. I am not a fan of the heat. We are finally getting some beautiful fall weather around here in the Northwest where I live. I live in the Pacific Northwest. We have absolutely beautiful weather here. Oh wow, 4 a.m. Where are you at? trying to be really careful not to break these. Bear with me 1 second while I get these noodles out. If you do end up having any that break, it's not a big deal. You can just kind of piece them back together and they'll work. I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick. Oh, wow. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna do my sauce real fast. It's gonna be a little bit noisy, but we're gonna do it in a blender. So we need 19 ounces of a, so the recipe calls for a red enchilada sauce. I'm not a huge fan of red enchilada. I would prefer to have green enchilada sauce, so that's what I'm gonna use. And I just have a big can, so I'm gonna just use about half of this can along with our cream cheese to make our sauce for our pan. So about half of this can of enchilada sauce with an 8-ounce brick of cream cheese in the blender. So like I said, if you guys haven't subscribed, I would love to have you guys. I am from the USA. Yeah, I'm from Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. We're about an hour from the Oregon coast. We're about an hour from the mountains. We're an hour from everything right now where I live. So it's awesome that we are so close to everything. We've got so many things we can do around here. I've lived here my whole life. All right, there's our sauce. Oh, British Columbia, I've been there. We, when I was a kid, we went there for vacation. My dad took us to Butcher Gardens and the Wax Museum. Yes, we actually did. We won. We beat them by 1 point. It was a stressful game. An extremely stressful game. All right, so I'm gonna put my chicken in here and we're gonna shred up our chicken. I don't wanna put it in here until I'm ready to mix it with everything else because it's super hot and I don't want it to really melt my cheese down until I am ready to get everything in there. I'm gonna save that broth too because that's just chicken and that's gonna be amazing for something. I usually put it in my freezer. Yeah, it was a super intense game. I have been an Oregon Duck fan since I was 2. It was pretty intense and I was on the edge of my seat the entire game. Even just this boiled chicken smells good. So I am making a Southwest lasagna roll. So in our bowl right here, we've got some chopped bell peppers, black beans, cheese, taco seasoning. We're shredding up our chicken. We just cooked our lasagna noodles, so we're gonna make our lasagna rolls. Once we get done, I changed the sauce a little bit. Instead of using a red enchilada sauce with the cream cheese, I used a green enchilada sauce. I'm not a huge fan of red sauces, so I went ahead and adapted the recipe to what I like. And since it's kind of a Southwest type of dish, I think I'm gonna put some olives on top, because I love olives. So it's just gonna be delicious. So we're gonna get this all shredded up. You wanna make sure that it's pretty finely shredded because otherwise if it's not, it's gonna be hard to get your lasagna noodles to roll without splitting. And we don't want that to happen. So I think I've got it mixed up pretty well. So we're just gonna go ahead and add our chicken to our other bowl and get all of this stuff mixed together. So we've got our chicken and our bell peppers, our cheese. I'm just gonna use my forks that I shredded the chicken with to toss all this in here. It smells super, super good. The cheese is gonna melt just a little bit, which is gonna help our filling kind of stick together. And I might have a little more filling than I need, but that's gonna be okay because I can take this filling and I can use it for something else too. I can use for soups. I can use it for all kinds of things. So I'm gonna get all of my lasagna rolls done first before I add my sauce to anything or do any of that stuff. We're just gonna get our lasagna rolls filled. So I've got my cutting board right here, and I'm gonna just stack up my lasagna noodles over on one side of my board so I have some room so I can get all of these rolled up. And then we'll put our sauce in our pan and get our lasagna made. So like this one that's split, it's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna push it together and put our filling in it and it'll be fine. I know this is gonna be delicious. This would make a super good freezer meal if you wanted to make it, you know, make the whole batch and then freeze part of it. All right, so here's our filling. And you want to take your filling and you want to put it all the way down the lasagna noodle so that you have something in every bite that you make. Just like that. And then we're going to take our lasagna noodle and we're going to roll this up. These are going to be pretty good size lasagna rolls. That's how they're going to look. And they're going to go in the pan. I could use spoons, but I had the forks out, and I'm one of these people that I don't like to dirty up a bunch of dishes. And so I decided I had the forks out to shred the chicken. I'm just going to use the forks. So I've got my casserole dish right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of our sauce. In the bottom. And this is just our cream cheese and our green enchilada sauce. So I'm just going to lay these in here, and you want to stand them up. So you stand them up in your pan just like that. So we're just going to get the rest of these rolled. And like I said, if I have too much chicken or too much filling right here, I'm not going to worry about it because I'll just put this in a Ziploc bag. I'll throw it in my freezer and I can use this for, you know, a tortilla soup or something like that. I'm not going to worry too much about extra fillings. I think it'll freeze really well, so I'm not too worried about it. You definitely want to stand them up in the pan, stand them up on end, just so that they hold together a little bit better. And you want to see all that beautiful filling that's in there. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you guys stopped by to see what we're cooking today. Yeah, they're going to be super good. I've made lots of different lasagna rolls before. I love doing them. I was a chef at a sorority house on campus at the University of Oregon for 12 years. And we used to do a lot of lasagna rolls. It was one of the girls' favorites. So I love doing them. So they're going to be super delicious. And this is something that you can make a big batch of these on the weekend and then stick them in the freezer in smaller batches if that's what you need. You could probably adjust this and do beef if you wanted ground beef in it instead of chicken. I don't see that would be a problem. In fact, I think it'd be really tasty with ground beef in it. The recipe could very easily be cut in half if you wanted to. When you put them in the pan, you want to make sure you put them the seam side to the pan so they don't come in rolled. So if this is your first time to my channel, let me know that it's your first time here. I love getting to meet new people when they... So I cook. That's what I do on my channel is I cook. I'm a retired chef, and it's just my way of continuing to share my love of cooking with people, but also teach a little bit of something. I taught cooking classes at the sorority house that I was at for 12 years, and I really missed it. So I decided that I would do a YouTube channel and be able to share my love of food and my love of cooking with people. And I cook all kinds of things on my channel. I don't cook just one specific kind of dish. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming. I love when we get newcomers. So we just did another live on Saturday where we did a new chili recipe that was super good. And that was a super fun live to get to do. I try to do 1 or 2 lives a week. But I think these are going to be delicious. They're a little time consuming, but totally worth it. I may not need to use that broken one. We'll see what happens. If I have enough noodles for the filling I've got, then I won't worry about it. Oh, that's awesome. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I absolutely love to cook. It's just my favorite thing. I love being in the kitchen. It's my favorite place to be. I absolutely love getting to teach people. Got a fly in my house that's driving me crazy. So we're just going to do as many as we can get in this pan, or as much filling as we've got. I may not need to use all of my lasagna noodles, but I'll try. I don't like doing the dishes either. It's not my favorite part. That's why I try to use as few dishes when I cook as I can. I am making a Southwest lasagna roll. So we've got chicken and black beans and bell peppers and cheese. And we're rolling that up in a lasagna noodle. And we're putting a sauce on it that is cream cheese and enchilada sauce. And I was just saying that I think you could probably do this same recipe with, you can probably do this whole recipe with ground beef if you wanted to, if you didn't want to use the chicken. If you're not, not a chicken fan. Some people just aren't chicken fans. And there's some people that are allergic to chicken. One of my best friends is allergic to chicken, so she would not be eating this. All right, I think I'm gonna get one more. And I think that's gonna be all I'm gonna get out of this. But I think these are gonna be delicious. So I think what I'll end up doing with this leftover filling that's right here on my board is I've got enough in here. I think I'm just going to use the filling and just kind of go around and just kind of pack a little bit more filling in these, because I have all of them filled that I have filling for. So I only had the one broken noodle and one extra noodle. I'm not going to worry about those. Let me give my hands a quick wash. Yeah, there are some people that are allergic to chicken. It's sad. I don't know if I would be able to survive if I was allergic to chicken. That's just not fun. My name is Cheryl. So now we're going to go ahead and put our sauce, the leftover sauce, right on top of these. You want to make sure you get plenty of that sauce on all of the noodles. Grab a spatula. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grate up some more cheese because we gotta have some more cheese on top because it is lasagna after all. So I'm gonna grate up the rest of this cheddar. And I'm gonna do a little bit of pepper jack. This recipe calls for Mexican cheese, and I was saying earlier, I don't really buy pre-grated cheese. I don't like the caking agents that's in it. I don't like the chemicals that they put in it. So I like to buy a really good quality cheese. I typically buy Tillamook cheese. For any of you guys that are not from around here, Tillamook is from Oregon. It's an Oregon cheese. It is made and produced over on the Oregon coast in Tillamook, Oregon. But it's actually really good cheese. So I try to buy the best quality cheese I actually can. And I'm going to be learning to make cheese. That's one of my goals here in the very near future, is to start learning to make cheese. I'm in the process of finding some local dairies around us that I can buy raw milk from so that I can make cheese from scratch. All right, so here is all of our cheese, our pepper jack and our cheddar. This is going to be so good. I cannot wait to eat this tonight. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. I love Mexican food. It's one of my favorites. You can see. Yeah, homemade cheese will be super fun. I'm super excited about getting to try that. So this is going to go in the oven. We probably still won't be on the live when it comes out because it's going to have to bake about 35 minutes. But when it comes out, we're going to garnish it with some green onions. And I have another video coming out for the rest of tonight's dinner. And so this lasagna will be in the end of that video. Yes, I'm actually planning to do a video. I'm going to do a whole video series on making cheese. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're going to take the journey together, and you guys are going to get to see how I make it and whether it's successful or it's not. It just depends, but you guys will get to see everything. I have made homemade ricotta before, and that was super fun. That was the only cheese I've ever made. But I follow another channel on YouTube. It's called Seed and Sage, I think it is, Homestead. And she makes goat's cheese out of goat's milk. She raises goats. And that just kind of inspired me. And so I've been doing a lot of research on it, watching some more videos on doing cow's milk cheese. And so that's where I kind of decided that I wanted to give this a try. So I'm going to try that in a couple of weeks as soon as I get my raw milk. And then I'm going to do a whole video series on the process of making homemade cheese for the first time, you know, how I do it, if it works or it doesn't, and it's all by trial and error. And that's one thing I love about cooking, is it's always about trial and error. You get to try new things, and you get to see how things work. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, we try again. But that's how we learn, is by just, you know, trying new things and seeing if it works. And if it doesn't work, then we try something different. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting to give cheese making a try, as well as some other things that I want to do. There's some other fun little projects that I want to try in the kitchen. Yes, I agree. Cooking is an art and baking is a science. Baking, you have to be very precise. I just started messing around with sourdough again. This is my third time with sourdough. And so I'm trying to, you know, figure that out. And so that's been kind of fun too. So I'm seeing some more people come in. If you're new, please say hi. We just finished making a Southwest lasagna roll. This is going to go in the oven. It's going to bake at 350 for about 35 or 45 minutes until it is hot all the way through. It's going to be delicious. We made a sauce out of green enchilada sauce and cream cheese. And then our filling has chicken, bell peppers, cheese, black beans, and garlic. And it's going to be delicious. This is going to go in the oven here in just a little bit. We're going to bake it. And as I said, there's going to be another video for the rest of tonight's dinner is going to come out with this. You guys will see the finished product in that video, because it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while for it to bake. So I need to get it in the oven as soon as my husband gets home. We'll get it baked. But I just thought it would be fun to do a live and bring you guys along with me as we made this delicious lasagna. And then I'll share with you guys later what it looks like when it comes out, and my husband's reaction. I love getting his reactions on the videos. At the end of my videos, a lot of time you guys will see us sitting down at the table together to enjoy dinner, and I love getting his reactions to it. So if you guys are new, if you have not subscribed, I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family. So please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like, guys, because I love to see the thumbs up. So does YouTube. It really helps get my channel out there. If you know somebody that you think would enjoy this channel, please share the channel with them, because I am trying really hard to grow my channel right now. I just went full-time YouTube August 1st. I quit my job. And so I am trying to help support our family with my YouTube channel. So please share my channel with your friends and family if you think they would enjoy it. So yeah, I love getting to do I've been just celebrating my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. On Friday was my 2-year anniversary. And so that was super fun to go back and see all the memories of all the videos that I put out over the last 2 years. Hi, Karen, welcome. If you just got here, we just made a delicious Southwest lasagna roll. We have lasagna noodles, and we filled those with chicken and bell peppers and garlic and black beans and cheese. And we made a delicious sauce with green enchilada sauce and cream cheese. The original recipe called for red enchilada sauce, but I'm not a fan of red sauces, really. If I'm gonna eat pizza, I don't put red sauce on it. I would rather have, you know, a white sauce, or I'd rather have barbecue sauce or something like that. So I'm just not a huge red sauce fan. Yes, definitely rewatch it, because it's a great recipe, and I'm super excited to have this. As I said, the rest of tonight's dinner will be in a separate video, because this has to bake for about 35 to 45 minutes. So we're going to bake it, and we're going to have this tonight for dinner. And so you guys will see the finished product at the end, in that video. You guys get to see what it looks like and how we serve it. It's going to be delicious. And so I can't wait to give it a try, because I haven't made this one before. This is a new recipe. I've made a lot of lasagna rolls before, but I've never made this one. So it's going to be exciting to get to eat this one tonight, get to try it. My husband and I love getting to try new things. And so getting to try this out is going to be super fun. So as I always say on my lives, if you guys have any questions about me, anything like that, you feel welcome to ask those things. I love getting to answer questions if I can and get to know you guys. Of course, as you know, we don't like to give out a whole lot of personal information, but I did share that I am from the Pacific Northwest. I live in Oregon, and I live so close to everything. I love the beach. It's my favorite place to go in Oregon. I love going to the Oregon coast. All over the Oregon coast is my favorite. So if you guys have any, if you're new to the channel and you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm happy to answer those things. As I said, hit that subscribe button, give this video a big like, share the channel. Trying to see if I've missed any comments. I keep losing all of my dish towels on the floor. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to answer anything. We'll probably go another 5 minutes, and then we'll end this live. And as I said, you guys will get to see the finished product in another video. So funny, yes, I don't like peas. I hate peas. I hate onions. I'm not an onion fan. I do tolerate them if they're cut super, super small, but if they're big chunks of stuff, I'll pick it out and give it to my husband because I don't like onions. Not a fan of peas. I'm not super, super picky. I've not really experienced a lot with exotic foods. There's a lot that I would love to learn. And so that's something that I'm really trying to branch out and improve my cooking skills now that I have gone full time, and this is what I get to do, is I get to enjoy being in my kitchen and cooking. And so I'm excited to find some fun things to learn to make and bring people along with me on that journey on my channel as we learn and explore some new foods and some new things, new ingredients, new ways of doing things. I love to camp. We just bought a camper van, and so we're planning to do some camping over on the Oregon coast, which I said that's my favorite place to be, is on the Oregon coast. And so we do love to camp. I am super involved in my church. That is one of my big hobbies, is I love cooking for my church. And so I do a lot of cooking for them. And so that's something else that keeps me super busy is getting to cook for my church in a lot of different ways. I love that. Family, it's not really a hobby, but I love my family and I love getting to spend time with them. But mainly, I think my big hobby is in the kitchen. I love to cook. I love to cook. I love to can. I love to bake. I love to do all those things. And I'm one of these people that I sit down with a cookbook and I'll read it like a novel from cover to cover. That's just how I am. I love food and I love cooking. I love exploring. I love getting to watch YouTube channels because that's where I get a lot of inspiration for a lot of things that I do in my kitchen, is by watching other YouTube channels. And like I said before, I am starting to embark on a cheese making journey. I follow a channel, and I've really gotten into the interest of wanting to make homemade cheese. And so I'm excited to get started on that here in the next couple of weeks after I'm hooking up with a farm, a local farm around here, and trying to set things up with them so that I can bring you guys along with me to the farm when we go out to get our raw milk out there, and kind of give you guys a kind of a glimpse of the whole process of going out to get the milk and then coming home and making the fresh cheese. I have about 350 cookbooks. It's a lot. And that's not counting the cooking magazines that I have. I have probably 8 or 10 totes of cooking magazines and small little cookbook publications. But yeah, I have a huge cookbook collection. Huge. In fact, my husband was just telling me last night, I think it was, that I need to get some of those cookbooks out and start cooking from some of those. Karen, that's funny. I've just collected over the years, and a lot of the small publications and the magazines that I have were actually my grandmother's, and we lost her in 1998. And she was just an incredible cook, and that's where I got my love of cooking, was from her. And so I inherited those when she passed. So a lot of those are really old. I love vintage cookbooks. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any comments or questions that you guys have. Thank you. She was my rock. She was my inspiration, and I miss her, but I love that she passed on her love of cooking to me because that's where I feel her. I feel my grandmother with me whenever I'm in the kitchen, I feel her with me. So yes, they did. That was the ones I have from my grandmother, like the old Pillsbury cookbooks, the little with either like the Pillsbury Bake Off cookbooks. I have a ton of those that were hers. And a lot of the like the holiday ones, they had all those little holiday little publications that they sold at the check stands. Yeah, I have a bunch of those. They were my grandmother's. And so I love getting to pull those out. I'm actually getting ready to do a holiday series very soon. I'm going to start it. And I'm excited to bring up some of the old recipes for holidays over the next couple of months. I'm going to start that series the end of October. So if you guys haven't subscribed and you want to see that whole series, make sure you guys subscribe so that you can get to enjoy those recipes and see some of the old stuff. Nothing weird, I promise. It's all tried and true recipes that we made growing up. Holidays were huge in my family, and so it was always super special to get to, be in the kitchen with my grandmother making all of the holiday things. We did a lot of baking. Oh wow, that's crazy. My grandmother and I had a tradition. From the time I was super little, I started in her kitchen when I was 2. She'd put me up on a step stool at the counter and let me help her make things. My first thing I ever made in her kitchen was a grilled cheese sandwich, and I was so proud of myself that I got to make that. But my grandmother and I always made a lot of homemade cookies and candies, and we would make jams and all the things. And we always made baskets for everybody that would come to her house, like the mailman and the garbage guy and the UPS man and all those people. Over the holidays, we would make baskets for them with all these homemade goodies and things. We'd put them in there, and we would give those baskets to them as gifts. And so it was always super fun to get to do that. So I've continued that tradition into my adult years. I've continued doing that tradition, and so I always make, baskets or goodie boxes or whatever, and give those to people that are, I feel like they need to have something a little special. So mail carriers, all that kind of stuff. So I love doing that. Yeah, I'm excited about this series. I have I have this notebook that I keep sitting by my chair in the living room. And as I'm sitting there watching TV or watching YouTube, watching whatever, I'm continually just reading cookbooks. And so I have a huge list now of all the different recipes that I want to make for this holiday series that I'm going to do that takes you from Thanksgiving through New Year's. And so it's going to be super fun to get to share a bunch of fun recipes with you guys. Yes, I agree. It is a very nice tribute to my grandmother. I want to keep her memory alive in that way. Well, thank you so much. I hope she would be. She definitely raised me with a servant's heart, and I just love getting to serve, and that's why I do so much at my church. I just love getting to serve at my church, and something that she definitely instilled in me. She was an incredible woman. I was fortunate that she lived 1 block away from me. And so for 18 years, there was not a day that went by that I didn't see her. I saw her every single day until I moved out. When I turned 18, I moved to the city just next to ours and where I grew up. And so it was a couple times a week that I would see her then, but I still saw her quite often. But I was very fortunate that I got to see her every single day for 18 years. And it was just a blessing to get to be with her and hang out with her and learn from her. She was an incredible lady and just loved to teach me. And that's where I got my love of teaching, my love of cooking and all those things. So do you guys have any more questions for me? Anything else that you want to know? I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have got. I will try to answer them. We've got just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna go get ready for my husband to get home and get dinner in the oven. That's so sad. I feel so bad for kids that didn't get to know their grandparents. My favorite thing to bake is anything for the holidays. I love getting to bake cookies, and I make mini breads for people, and I love making candy and that kind of stuff. So any of the holiday type stuff, that's my favorite stuff. That's where I really, usually when October hits, the pumpkin stuff comes out and I start baking nonstop. So I have a ton of baking videos that I just put out over the last month or so. As soon as pumpkin things came out, I've done a whole bunch. I just did some delicious apple fritters last Saturday in a live video. Those were incredible. Those were super, super fun to do, and they were so, so good. I'm excited for the holiday season to... Oh, did you see those, Karen? Did you see the apple fritters? They were so good. I ended up taking some down to my neighbor. She popped onto the live and she was joking to not forget that I have a neighbor. And so I took some down to her and dropped them off, and she was super excited to get those. Her husband is over on the coast right now. They just lost his mom in June. And so he's staying over on the coast right now, trying to clean up all the, all the stuff that happens when you lose somebody. And so there's just a lot of stuff that's got to be taken care of. So he's over there. So it was a super, super good surprise for her to get some apple fritters from me, nice and comforting. And so she was excited. All right, well, I think it's 2:45. Hubby should be home in about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna get this in the oven so that it'll be ready for him when he gets home, so we can have dinner together. And I am just so excited that so many of you came to the live. I love it when I get to do a live and I get lots of people in here and I get to chat with you guys. I hope you guys, if you haven't subscribed, I hope you did. And I would love to have you a part of my family, my YouTube family, and your support just means so much to me. And now that I get to do this full time, I'm excited. And so I hope you guys will watch some more of my videos. I've done a bunch over the 2 years that I've been on YouTube. I have a ton of videos. And right now I'm trying to stick with doing a video every single day, at least until we get through the new year. And then starting next year, I'll probably do a different schedule. But for right now, I'm trying to put out content every single day, and it's fun. It's a lot of work though, but it's super fun. So thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. It was super fun to get to go back on my anniversary and on Friday, to go back and look and see where I started and where I am now is just incredible. So I hit 1,500 subscribers last week, and that was a huge milestone for me. And so I'm pushing to just continue to grow this channel. I would love to see, how far I can take this channel, and it's just exciting to see this. I love getting to see the subscriber number go up every single day when it goes up. I love getting to see that. It's super, super fun. So I think this is where we're going to end it, and I'm going to go get ready for hubby to get home and get my dogs taken care of, and we will see you guys in the next live this coming next Saturday. We'll have another live at noon. And so if you guys are around, come and join me. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. I haven't figured that out, but if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, go check it out on Instagram. On Instagram, I usually will post on Thursday or Friday to let you guys know for sure that we're doing a live on Saturday and what we're going to be making. And so go check it out on Instagram. I also leave it in the community page on my YouTube channel. So have a great night, friends, and we'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.